Hey guys, so I hear a lot of people talk about depression after the trail. Like after you finish your long distance hike or your section or whatever, people get depressed. But what I never hear anyone talking about is depression on the trail. For me, I did not experience this on the Appalachian Trail, maybe a little bit. I missed home, whatnot, nothing too crazy. But on the Tía de Aurora Trail, I am the furthest away from home I've ever been, meaning from the United States. And it's also the longest I've ever been away from home, meaning any one place that I've ever lived. And even though I've sold everything and I don't actually have a home to go back to, just for some reason I'm super homesick, which has made me depressed. And I would say that it's more than just being homesick. It's missing the convenience of things that you can normally go to a store and get. It's just something I'm used to. And it's made the trail a little difficult towards the end. And the trail is amazing. It's beautiful. I wouldn't change any parts of it, thus the few roadwalk sections. But other than that, the South Island has been incredible. I don't know if it's because it's so close to being done and I'm just getting a little anxious, or if it's a combination of everything. But some of the battles that I've endured on the trail with being alone a lot is I have a lot of time to think, which is very constructive but can also be deconstructive. So I have battled with depression my entire life. I've never been diagnosed with depression. I've never taken medication for depression. I just simply live with it and try to combat it in the best ways that make me feel better. So I had horses for the last 18, 19 years, and I would ride the horses, brush the horses, clean stalls. Anything just really kept me busy and made me happy. I also noticed that when I get a lot of sunshine, that really helps me as well. So I just try to stay super active and make sure I'm around good weather, because I noticed that in the winter seasons, it gets a little worse. But anyway, I just don't know if other people have on-trail depression, and I'm sure they do. Just missing your friends, missing your family, missing normal life. It's just one of those things that I wanted to kind of talk about a little bit and kind of share my experiences, because maybe it's more common than I know and not enough people talk about it, and that's why I never hear about it. So the last couple weeks, I've been very depressed, and I've cried a lot, and I've just been super emotional, and part of that is just struggle, which is normal. Another part of that is I do miss my friends and family. My sister is going through a divorce right now, so that's a little bit of an emotional time for her, and I really wish that I was there for her. It's a good thing, and then third, I miss my nephews and my niece, a lot. So before I set out to hike the Appalachian Trail, we got as close as we've ever been, and it was really hard leaving them then, as just as much as it was to leave for the TA. And I just can't wait to get back and see them before I start the PCT. So, and the third thing is I really miss my dogs. Squirt and Seven, they have been with me from the beginning. Squirt has been with me since day one. She, back in 2011, I started hauling horses across the US, and she joined the team shortly after, and she's been there ever since. And then Seven came a couple years later. So I'm pretty depressed about not having them with me, and I know it's not feasible to have my dogs with me on a through hike. They're just not built for through hiking. Miniature dachshunds just wouldn't do too good out here, and I'd have to carry them. So as much as they'd love that, and they would love all the people and everything, it's one of those things that I would never put my dogs through, because they're not hiking dogs. But yeah, so for me, I never got after trail depression, because I knew that there was something coming. There was another thing, a about to do, I was going to be busy. So for me, the depression creeped in about a month ago. So I've been on trail since, April to August, I hiked the Appalachian Trail. And then from October, I came to New Zealand. And then in November, I started the trail. And it's now January 21st. So I would think that it's just a combination of being gone and missing normal life. And yeah, that's my conclusion to that. So if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, or maybe you'd like someone to talk to, feel free to reach out to me. The best way to get a hold of me is on social media, on John Goes Places. There's a Facebook group, or on Instagram, John Goes Places, or you can send me an email at johngoesplaces@outlook.com. Yeah, till next time, guys. Happy adventuring.